Hi, everyone. Have you ever asked yourself, how do I move on from family estrangement? How do I move forward in my own life? Well, if that's you today, stay tuned. We're going to talk about that today. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I am a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over 10 years. And while her life spiraled, so did mine. So I want to welcome you, and I'm glad you're here today. So estrangement is brutal, right? For all parties. But today, obviously on this channel, we're talking about the mom's perspective. And I want to talk about 4 things that are really crucial to help you walk through this and how to move forward with family estrangement for the current season you're in. And it takes an emotional toll on us, right? And so that what ends up happening a lot of times is social isolation. We tend to isolate and draw in, and rather than reaching out to people during the most difficult season of our life, and you need that support system. So one thing I want to talk about is the emotional toll. It causes grief, it causes guilt, it causes shame, and all these things that can come with this season. And, without having emotional support, like I just said, that typically is what causes the isolation. When you tend to reach out and are willing to converse with others who've gone through what you've gone through, joining a support group of sorts, it's really an opportunity for you to prevent that isolation because you're getting out there, and maybe it's hard to really talk to those that you know personally, like in your life, family, friends. It's more difficult to have those conversations with them sometimes than, I hear that a lot in my group coaching program where the moms will be like, it's easier to talk here amongst us than it is in real life because it's a safe place, because these are moms and myself who have gone through the situation personally. So another is really coping with that social isolation, right? We want to connect with others. We want to make sure that you are joining the support group, like I mentioned, and reaching out to friends and family as you see fit. Participating in social activities is going to be huge as well. You don't want to withdraw, right? You want to maybe, keep an eye on who you're talking to. And like I always talk about the inner circle and talk about who's on your front porch. Who are you going to divulge all this personal information to? Who are you going to share the intimate details of this difficult season with? And there are going to be some people that you can do that with. And there's also going to be some others that maybe don't have your best interest at heart. And those are the people that tend to like to gossip, right? Those are going to be the people sometimes even in your own family. And it's really difficult, but I just urge you to be sure that you are speaking to the right people. Just take a pulse on that, right? There's no, I can't tell you who to talk to because obviously I don't know your family and friends, but you're going to know, and deep down who are the people, even though they love you, maybe they have that sense of, they like drama in their life, or they tend to gossip a lot. If someone gossips about one person, they're going to gossip about you. And so those are the kinds of things that I teach my moms because I personally lived that, right? I had a group of people that I could confide in. I also had a group that I thought were safe that weren't. So moving on from family estrangement, moving forward in the season can be very, very difficult. And that's why self-care is so important. It is so important. You have got to prioritize that over everything else. And self-care doesn't just mean, your diet and exercise. While those are super important, and also taking a look at your hormones, because if you're a mom in this age bracket, right, if you have an adult child, then you are probably at the same age as I where we are dealing with hormonal issues because that's just part of life. But they can really wreak havoc on your system and on your emotions and on your mood. And so meditation, prayer, journaling, all of these things, the exercise, the diet, getting out and socializing with people, like-minded people who have been through something that, similar to what you're going through, doesn't have to look exactly the same. Because at the end of the day, what is the same? Like I always tell my moms, it's your mother's heart. It's my mother's heart. That's how we have this connection. Okay. So lastly is practicing self-compassion. Huge. Something that most people don't even think about. You have got to learn to accept and give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself, right? We always want to think about everyone else. We talk about integrity. We talk about all these things that are so important. But at the end of the day, they are important. But if we're not giving that grace to ourselves, how do you ever expect to give it to anyone else? So it doesn't matter whether the situation with your adult child is, something that was expected, whether it came out of the blue, you don't know what happened. Maybe you do know what happened. Maybe there was issues when they were younger. I don't know what your personal situation is. But what I do know is that you can change you, because we have no control over anyone else. And so the sooner that you are able to really dive into that fact, the sooner that you are going to be able to move forward through this estrangement, right? Family estrangement is hard. It is hard. And by far, it is the most difficult thing I've ever gone through in my life. And I have a feeling it probably will continue to be just that. That was the most difficult. And I came out the other side, and I believe you will too. But in the meantime, you've got to focus on yourself. You've got to focus on coping. You've got to be able to stop isolating yourself. You need to be able to give yourself grace and self-compassion and all of these things. So if you and I have never chatted before, and you want a consultation with me to learn more about what I offer, I want to hear more about the situation with your child, but really the focus in that 30 minutes is you. I want to hear about how this whole situation is affecting you, because that's where I come in and can help you. So I hope that helps. I look forward to chatting with you soon. You can click the link below that says Discovery Call, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.